babies. How are you guys today? Hold on, let me see if I can get some light in here real quick. Yes. Hi, you guys. I am at the office really quick, waiting on my friends so that we can go and do an open house. There we go. Getting ready to go and do an open house. And I'm at the office waiting on my friend and my colleague. So until she gets here, I thought I'd pop in and do a reading before my day starts daying. And I may come back later and do another one, but in case I didn't have time. Anyway, so guys, welcome to Beyond the Veil. I am your lovely pilot, Adina. Please unstrap yourselves for this bumpy ride because I like to see you guys fly through the air as I bloop, bloop, right over people. Shout out to my new subscribers, my new, actually I don't think I have any new subscribers, but I do have some people who have started interacting. Hello to you. I actually don't remember your name at this moment, but you commented on my Megan Thee Stallion video. And you said you like my energy, my spirit. I thank you, my dear. Bless you, my dear. So, let's talk. I was just on Instagram, scrolling one of the blogs, and it interviewed Kandi. It was posted about Kandi being interviewed at BravoCon, being asked about Phaedra. And then I was reading the comments because I like reading the comments more than I like to read the posts because I like to see how people think and how they feel about current events. And, you know, I have an opinion about the Kandi and Phaedra situation. Regardless of how boring people think Kandi is, realistically, like, I was just trying to figure out, why do people want her to feature Phaedra? Like, it's okay. Phaedra doesn't have to feature Kandi. Kandi doesn't have to feature Phaedra. But for people to think that Kandi should be okay with Phaedra or something like that, like, and I don't necessarily see Kandi trying to stop Phaedra's bag. I see her just asserting herself and saying, I can't work with her after what happened, so take your pick. And Bravo picked. So I don't think that had anything to do with stopping Kandi's bag. And I do honestly think that Phaedra did a lot of things out of spite and vengeance. She's a Scorpio, and I know how they get down. My daddy's a Scorpio. My friend who I'm waiting on now is a Scorpio. I love Scorpios. My descendant is Scorpio, so I give a lot of Scorpio energy. And I can be very, you know what I'm saying, if you trigger me the right way, I might not say a word, but I might spend the next few weeks or days plotting. Anyways, I just saw my friend, but anyways, the open house is right around the corner. So I actually just want to look really quick and see how Kandi really feels about Phaedra. So let's see. How does Kandi really feel about Phaedra? Page of Swords. For one, Kandi has her eye on Phaedra. I'm not sure why. Probably because she is now on Married to Medicine. I think she watches. But this also is Kandi's recent energy because she was just asked about Phaedra. And I actually did see from the interview that she seems tired of being asked questions about Phaedra because she's over it. But I do think that she keeps her eye on what Phaedra is doing. The challenge is, they keep asking her, hey boo.
Hey boo, how you doing?
I was just doing a little video until you got here. She's tired of being asked about Phaedra because they are no longer friends and they are no longer colleagues. And me thinks,
Is that me?
Kandi, how she feels about Phaedra. They're no longer colleagues. She will not work with her. And as I mentioned, Bravo, the executive, had to choose between Kandi and Phaedra. And for business purposes, methinks they chose Kandi. Well, obviously they chose Kandi. Devil in reverse in the past. Everybody had to disassociate with everybody who made them litigious. Everybody who opened them up for litigation had to go. Carlos had to go. I'm not sure if the reason why he was fired because of Rapegate, but Carlos had to be let go. Phaedra had to be let go. Bravo felt like and Kandi had to let them go as well, because of whatever they did, whatever they schemed up to try to entrap Kandi in, also got Bravo caught up in some litigation. I do believe that Kandi threatened to sue. They had to let them go. Near future, King of Wands in reverse. Is this Carlos? We'll see. As above, Temperance. Everybody wants Phaedra and Kandi to sit down, hash things out. Methinks somebody, according to somebody related to a network, maybe somebody at Bravo, maybe somebody at NBC, maybe Carlos, somebody wants the two of them to sit down and hash things out. They think it'll be TV ratings gold. And I think that the people want that too. On the bottom, y'all, forgive me, this is the Two of Swords in reverse. Kandi has made up her mind. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Six of Cups in reverse. As the advice and current actions, letting things go in the past. Kandi feels like, leave me alone about that. All of that is gone. I'm over it. I'm past it. I'm not on that anymore. That was from years ago. It's done. It's over with. And Kandi wants to just be left alone by it. She wants to let it go. Queen of Wands in reverse. In Kandi's near future and in her external energy, there's a King of Wands in reverse and a Queen of Wands in reverse. This gives me a plotting. Kandi, somebody is plotting on you. Methinks Carlos and Phaedra, but there is somebody, a male and Phaedra, that is, methinks, plotting either to try to maneuver their way back onto Real Housewives of Atlanta or to sabotage Kandi's position at the network. This gives me the energy of a male and a female who Kandi used to be friends with, two people who both equally had grudges to hold against Kandi. They're both sitting here right next to each other in the position. They are sitting right next to each other, looking at each other. Oh, well, she's looking away. Let me see what position we're in. Okay, this is the position they were in. He's here. She's here. But from where I'm sitting, they're looking at each other. When I lay them down on the table, they're looking at each other as if they are communicating about plans and things. Get back, sabotage rather towards Bravo or Kandi. I actually think this is a Carlos and Phaedra. Methinks they are up to no good. Kandi's hopes and fears, the Lovers in reverse. She doesn't want anything to do with Phaedra, and she hopes that she can continue not having anything to do with Phaedra and evading a sit down. And her fear is that she could be pressured by the network if she wants to remain on the network to have a sit down with Phaedra or some kind of interaction. Methinks Kandi is going to leave Bravo. The Hermit in reverse. Kandi is going to leave Bravo. Methinks that she feels like... So I think that in negotiations, they offered Kandi a little bit of money, or they reduced her pay. She tried to play hardball because she feels like she carried this season with everybody attacking her with all the things that she had on her. I don't know if they decide to let her go, or if she decided to let her go, or if it was a mutual agreement. But for her outcome, the Hermit reverse, that is somebody who chooses. This is self-isolation. This is somebody who either chooses to isolate themselves, chooses to remove themselves, or after a period of isolation, chooses to rejoin the group of the population. I think that this is Kandi after seasons and seasons of being the longest running OG housewife. Kandi is going to leave on her own. And people probably will think that she left because Bravo let her go, but it would be Kandi's decision. Let me look into this Page of Swords really quick. The Chariot reverse, Knight of Wands reverse, King of Cups reverse. That is Phaedra. Kandi doesn't know. She doesn't like that people ask her about Phaedra because of what she did to her. And she keeps an eye on Phaedra because she knows that she's trying to get her way back into Bravo or RHOA. Kandi keeps her eyes open for sabotage in regards to Phaedra. And this is also why she doesn't like being asked about Phaedra. It's like, would you like to constantly be reminded about someone who facilitated such heinous and sabotaging accusations? Now, these were not conjured up just by Phaedra. Allegedly, this was a product of Phaedra and Carlos together. They were in on it. They both had access to grind, and they both thought they could use allegedly dumb Portia to do the dirty work. But Portia is smart to play dumb. Portia is dumb smart because she easily hides her manipulative ways behind the image that people has of hers. And while she is a little airheadish, her cunning and her savvy is in manipulation and, you know, getting what she wants and you know, weaseling her way in and out of situations. That's where her smarts lie. She knows how to what was that?
I'm sorry. I said you didn't lie there.
Oh. She knows how to use what she got to get what she wants and to repel what she don't want. And honestly, that is where everything imploded. Because if Portia wasn't cunning in that regard, this would have worked for Carlos and Phaedra. But once it starts to blow up, Portia did what she does and found a way to weasel her way out. Three of Pentacles reverse, challenging Kandi's position. They had to choose. And Bravo chose Kandi because Bravo agreed. Rather, Andy did. The higher ups, I would like to say that NBC Universal, I don't think it was Bravo. Bravo would have been fine. Bravo would have been fine because of the ratings that it would have brought in. They would have been fine. They would have found a way to smooth it over. But NBC stepped in and said, absolutely not on my watch. We let you guys get away with a lot of fighting and all of that stuff because it draws in a new, younger, hip crowd. But the R word, we will not tolerate that. NBC Universal stepped in and said, absolutely not. This is where the buck stops with us. And they gotta go because they will not ruin our brand. Once they became aware, heads start to roll. And this is why people hated Kandi so much, because it made it look to their peers as though the gods itself stepped in to protect Kandi. But because a lot of the other women didn't come into the show business minded, they don't understand the bigger picture of how NBC Universal is looking at things. We are not fans of these women. We are their bosses. So we don't care about the fanfare, how the stands feel. This was wrong, and we will not tolerate it here at NBC Universal. We are a family brand. We'll let you guys throw as many drinks on each other as you want. We'll let you guys tear each other to rip each other to shreds. But when it comes to allegations such as these that have bigger ramifications, we will not. And it looked to Kandi's peers as though NBC and Bravo was bending, but even Bravo didn't like the fact that NBC came in. So me thinks that even Bravo had it out for Kandi, because she ruined their opportunity to bring in good ratings with a sit down. They were just concerned about ratings, not concerned about anything else. And they hated the fact that NBC had to punish them as well. Methinks Andy got in trouble. Methinks Carlos had to get let go. Methinks Phaedra got let go. Methinks a whole production team got let go behind this. And it pissed people off because of the lengths that NBC went through to protect themselves. People have to understand they were protecting themselves. And rightfully so, because what was going on, what they were trying to set up and do and use Bravo to do, what Carlos and Phaedra was trying to use Bravo to do, to get back at Kandi for their personal reasons. NBC said, no, we will not allow you to use us in your petty black people street bull. Period. I'm so serious. That's how they felt. All right. Ooh. King of Wands reverse. This gives me Carlos. Death card. Carlos absolutely got the boot because of this. And Carlos, you conjured this up. Three of Swords. Carlos, allegedly. Page of Pentacles. Carlos, that whole scheme. And look what happened. Ooh. You thought you was doing something so grand, and then tried to take it back once the plan backfired. Tried to take it back and then, defend yourself. And you tried to throw Phaedra under the bus. Everybody, once that backfired, everybody tried to throw each other under the bus. Unfortunately, Phaedra was the one holding the bus. Phaedra was the one that got ran over with the bus, but really, she was just a willing participant to something that allegedly Carlos King conjured up because of his beef with Kandi and Todd. And remember, Carlos and Todd worked together on, was it R&B Divas? And because of a mistake that allegedly Todd made on set where a piece of equipment injured, I believe, Elise Neal, and she sued. And that's why the show is no longer. Methinks that Carlos had it out for Todd ever since then, because he feels like Todd is responsible for getting his show canceled. And Carlos and Kandi also had some business dealings that went awry. This was his baby. This is his way of using Bravo and his position and his authority at Bravo to sabotage Kandi and Todd. Child. And because this King of Wands in reverse is looking at this Queen of Wands in reverse, these are two people with grudges and access to grind. All right, advice position. Six of Cups in reverse. Kandi, I think that your advice and your current action, this situation got you a bag because it backfired. You got paid handsomely. And you could have dipped in, Kandi, but you're all about your bag. My good Taurus queen. You'll never allow an opportunity to make money pass you by. However, you could have walked away then. You thought about walking away then, but you got rewarded from it. They had to give you things for it, and that's why you stayed. You stayed to carry out the things that you got in return for you dropping. They gave you things, and that's why you stayed. But now that you've milked all those opportunities that they had to give you, methinks that you're ready to go now. External energy, this gives me Phaedra. We used to be friends. See, her axe to grind is because of the situation with Apollo. She feels like Kandi outed her to the feds because of her also alleged dealings with Apollo. The Magician in reverse tells me there could be some truth to that. They were friends. Phaedra felt like there were things that Kandi shouldn't have said on camera because it caused her to lose things. Phaedra, allegedly, you were the one gaining the most success from Apollo's endeavors. And when he got caught, you tried to backpedal and pussy pop your way out of it. And you let him take the fall. But you were aware, you knew, you were the one running this show. You were the one, you were the mastermind. Apollo was just carrying it out. You two was in this together. This was a power couple that was running a scheme together, and you felt like Kandi outed you to the feds with whatever she said on camera, and you felt like she did it on purpose. And that's why you joined with Apollo. All right, final outcome. The Hermit in reverse. This will be Kandi's decision to leave.
Hey, you still on foot?
Three of Cups.
No, we're still on.
Page of Wands reverse.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you.
Kandi will leave. Her peers will rejoice. I think that Bravo is having a problem finding someone else who might fit in. Me thinks that there's a shakeup going on. Me thinks that they didn't offer her enough money for her to want to stay, and they did that on purpose. They have been paying Kandi a lot of money. They would like to find someone else that doesn't require as much money as Kandi. They are tired of, and this is Bravo, they're just tired. Everybody's tired. Kandi's tired, Bravo's tired, the current cast is tired, the show is tired. Kandi's doing a great thing by leaving because she has milked Bravo for what it's worth, and she has elevated herself into another stratosphere where she no longer needs Bravo, so it works out. And that, you guys, is my Kandi reading. Do not expect Kandi to sit down on Bravo with Phaedra. Phaedra might want to, but that will never happen. Never happen. And Kandi keeps an eye on them because she knows what's up with them. She knows her and Carlos try to plan and plot things and scheme. She will leave gracefully before she gives anyone the upper hand. That is Kandi in a nutshell. That's how she feels about Phaedra. Gotta go, guys. Love you. Bye.